Hi, this is Ron Edwards, Master Sommelier and Director of Wine Education for Winebow Fine Wine and Spirits. Today we're going to talk about something really fun. Douro Valley dry white wines. That's right, the same valley that produces the port that Portugal is so known for actually still makes crisp, refreshing, amazing dry white wine. Bizarre, right? A region known for really ripe, really rich, really hot summers, brutally cold winters. White wine? Really? Yes, as a matter of fact, they do. And we're going to talk about particularly Wine and Soul, which is a co-project between husband and wife, George Sorodio and Sandra Tavares. Both of them grew up in winemaking families. George is from the Douro. His family's always been a part of the port business. Sandra is from Lisboa, and her family was in part of the wineries there. They both came to this with a heart for the project. And what's really cool about the project is they've embraced the native grapes of the Douro Valley, and they are making them both in dry table wines as well as making port along the way. So today we're going to talk about the Guru Bronco, which is a white wine blend from a vineyard that's 50 years old or older, and it's 25% each of these four beautiful native Portuguese grapes, really native to the Douro. It's not like they're planted in a lot of other places. So the wine is 25% Viosinho, 25% Rabigato, 25% Codeja de Lourinho, and 25% Gouveio or Gouveio. The wine sees new French oak. It's barrel fermented and aged and then bottled. So imagine this. We're in the Douro Valley, and they're taking these grapes that you've probably never heard of, and they're treating them as if they're in Merceau or Puligny-Montrachet. It's that sort of winemaking. And what's really bizarre is when you think about it, you're like, well, wait a minute, how are they doing that? It's so much colder in Burgundy at 47 degrees north latitude. This wine has the same pH as what you'd expect out of Greater Burgundy or even Chablis. It's like 3.2. And it has that 12.5% alcohol feel that you would expect. And so it actually does work out. This wine is both rich and refreshing, and it carries those tartar fruit profiles as well as texture. It's fascinating. So now you know the backstory. Let's taste it. The nose starts with the classic French oak aroma profiles, vanilla custard, vanilla bean, then that slight smoky nuance of the charred wood, and then into the fruit profile, which starts with sort of a baked apple, and then there's like a lemon curd underneath that. Then it's like ripe apricot or tart tangerine. There's definitely ripe pear flesh, quince. And then comes the baking spices, the vanilla, the cinnamon, the clove, all directly related to the oak barrels. The wine actually is making my mouth water just from smelling it, which is an indication of its tartness. It smells beautiful. Let's taste it. The first impression is how wonderfully refreshing it is. It starts off with, it started with this sort of lemon curd nose, but it's straight, beautiful yellow lemon, followed by that apricot aroma. Flavor is now there as tart apricot. There's green apple and ripe red apple, tart pear. The quince note is still there, and it moves up now into that sort of tangerine orange skin kind of flavor profile, and finishes back now towards sort of a Meyer lemon approach. The smoke is there, the vanilla, there's a creamy, a creme fraiche sort of texture to the wine. I wouldn't call it creamy because the acidity cuts right through, but creme fraiche I think is a good concept. And then it was getting towards the oak, but I think I need another sip. The smoke from that little char of the barrels is definitely there. The and then comes in that the baking spices are mixed in there, and there's sort of an oily, almost lanolin kind of approach from the interaction of the oak and the wine. And my mind is making the assimilation of it's a little bit like classic white Bordeaux with this where the Sauvignon Blanc meets the oak and it gets that sort of ripe, figgy, oily, wonderful thing. And it's a little bit like white Burgundy where it has that purity and elegance of Chardonnay, but it's neither. And it's really intriguing and delicious. And this is one of those wines that you just really have to try because it's so hard to describe and yet it's so pleasurable. So make sure you go find a bottle of Wine and Soul Guru Bronco. That's the white wine. And you won't be disappointed.